Well, he's sort of the town bully.
Saber was there too. Except for Rinoa, we were all there.
Plus, he has to use completely stupid sounding words or phrases, I should say, in Kingdom Hearts 2.
I was there too.
That was undeniable proof that we totally owned you lamers.
You encounter that in the first hour of gameplay. I wouldn't consider that much of a spoiler.
Sis.
Sure. But still, how do you take someone who says that seriously?
I was always waiting for Sis to come back.
That might fall under the TV tropes page. It was his sled.
I'm all alone.
Oh,
but I'm doing my best.
There's a track from Final Fantasy IX that should be playing now, but it's in Final Fantasy IX.
I'll be okay without you, Sis. I'll be able to take care of myself.
You guys know what I'm talking about.
I didn't turn out okay at all. Sis, L. L. Alone. So, Alone was Sis. She was a bit older than us, and we all used to call her Sis.
I just finished FF6 recently. It took me 2 tries to beat the final boss.
Quistis,
after the first
Zell,
try, one might say I was
Selphie, Irvine, Cypher, Alone, and myself. Yeah. I'm not sure what the meaning behind all this is, but we were definitely together.
Every single one of the other bosses has like a stage or combat mechanic.
You mean Sis is alone?
To make it much easier on yourself if you know what you're doing.
She's the one that takes us back to Laguna's period.
She said she wanted to change the past. I don't know why.
And he can also blast you out of his windows. Like if you stand near them, he'll just knock you out.
There can only be one reason for that.
She must not be happy with the present.
So we're actually getting some explanations here. Squall and Alone were also at the orphanage. Squall considered, well, they all considered Alone to be sort of their big sister because she was slightly older. But
hey,
Squall
Selphie,
especially.
that goes for you, too.
So I guess lots of text pays off, apparently.
What pays off?
A lot of text.
Yeah, actually, I just saw a video of H.C. Bailey's
so
where
Sis
he
was Alone,
complained that the cutscenes.
Everyone was fond of
in
Sis,
this game
but you,
were
Squall,
not,
you just kept talking her for
The
yourself.
plot and stuff were not that well paced in this.
You sure have a good memory.
That in FF13 he liked how they were paced. He thought they were.
This is really strange.
Then there's Xenosaga.
I don't think I was adopted because of the way I am. Probably the same with Cypher, too. You two must have been at Garden by the age of 5 or so.
But if you want to understand what's going on, you can't do that.
Well, like, if you die, and then
Even so, he's never mentioned anything about growing up in an orphanage.
Yes, you can.
in the first Kingdom Hearts game, if you lost
And nothing about this has ever crossed my mind when I see him, either.
But in
Don't
this
you
game,
find that odd?
in this game, there's usually a save point between a cutscene and like some big
In
fight.
my case, I had loads and loads of fun after going to Travia. That's probably why I forgot
So
all about my
they're like,
childhood.
oh, why did we all
But that's
forget
what
this
I think.
stuff?
Yeah, that's a good question. How do you forget this important information?
But I don't know what's up with you guys. It's so odd that you would forget.
I
Or in this
remember. Yes,
they had
I
something
remember.
else taking up space.
Things didn't work out too well in my new home, so I came to Garden at the age of 10.
we had to replace stuff.
That was when I first noticed Cypher and Squall.
No, they have not.
Cypher and Squall were always fighting.
Yeah. Quistis always used to break us up.
So even younger, they were still trying to be.
Yes, that's right.
Jeez, this must have made Quistis pretty tough. Anyone who is breaking
Cypher
up
was a kid who
Cypher
always
and
needed to
Squall
be the
is
center of
probably pretty
attention.
tough.
But Squall always used to ignore him.
Yes, she is awesome. That has
But
been noted.
eventually they would end up fighting. Squall could have easily walked away from it, but always took up the challenge. He should have just ignored him, but Squall, almost in tears, would say, I gotta do my best by myself, otherwise I won't be able to see Sis.
And then they're gonna go on a big old spiel about who I am.
I guess I was trying to take Sis, Alone's place. I tried, but to no avail. This is probably it.
I wish I could go to OhioCon.
I'm just hoping.
Even after becoming an instructor, I couldn't stop thinking about Squall.
And I will be in Rochester without
I thought it was
So now
love.
Quistis is
I had to hide
explaining
my
what
feelings
happened
because I was
early in the
instructor,
game.
but I've come to realize it wasn't.
Quistis knows everything!
It was my childhood
like she's
feelings as a
explaining
big
herself.
sister that lingered.
Like what she did.
Yes.
Oh well.
Colin! I understand that you wish to speak to me, but my phone...
A misunderstood love?
If he's talking to you on the phone, he should be joining us.
Actually, I had completely given up when Rinoa came into the picture.
His, like, chores that his mother has given him, so he can't.
Hey,
Oh, did you see what Quistis
it
just
must
said
be
there?
the same for Cypher.
Rinoa is the reason.
No, she's like,
I'm
oh,
sure
I gave up
Cypher
once
has
Rinoa
forgotten about
came
his
into the
childhood, too.
picture.
But whenever he sees Squall, his inner feelings start to boil, and...
But it's like what Squall said
Is
in
that
the
why he's always
in
picking
Fisherman's
fights with
Horizon,
Squall?
that concert scene. He's like
Why
you know,
is it
even
that
I
we
can tell that
forgot?
everyone's trying to set us up.
We grew up together as kids. How's that possible?
I'm not sure if he's oblivious.
How about this?
Like, I think he may be.
The price
it
we
may
pay
be
for
more
using the GF.
willful ignorance than actually.
The GF
not
provides
knowing
us its
things.
power,
So Irvin.
but the GF makes its own place inside our brain.
So now Irvin is explaining
So you're saying
Irvin
the
is
areas where
explaining-
memories are stored?
what's up with all of the.
said earlier.
Yes.
No, that's just a rumor the GF
Quistis
critics
is
are
like,
spreading.
no, that cannot be true.
So if we keep relying on the
And Zell just
GF,
ignores her.
we won't be able to remember a lot of things? Wait a minute.
There's no way Headmaster Sid would allow such a dangerous thing.
Then how is it that I remember while everyone else has forgotten?
Okay,
Well,
I think Colin is done texting me now.
in my case, I hadn't junctioned to GF until recently.
Tomorrow. So when we do dialogue...
That's why I remember a lot more than you guys.
Okay, good. I just hope people will show
How
up
about
for
you,
that because
Selphie?
it's like.
Your
It's
first
like at
experience
the end of
with
this
GF was
session,
when
I
you came to
realized,
Big in the
oh wait a
Garden,
minute,
right?
next session is going to be the end of this too. I'm going to need more voice acting sooner than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that. But, I can be over there. I don't know if Amanda will be available because I plan on being over at Colin's, but
Well, she could join via Skype, couldn't she?
she could from home.
It's just that Lightning said she wouldn't be there, so
Ah, yes.
it would be good if we
I
had,
have a
at least
confession
a
to make.
couple of women there. So that you're not doing
If
all
I'm over at, Colin's, Keisha will be there.
true.
When I was 12, I
remember
went
her
on an
saying
outdoor
something about
training
being
session.
unavailable, though.
I found a GF inside one of the monsters I defeated.
That will be a thing that is figured out tomorrow.
Yes.
I junctioned that GF for a while. So I have
Anyway,
experience with GF too.
Whoa,
So-
whoa, whoa. Did Selphie find a GF inside
But-
a monster?
But it's really weird. I
Oh,
can't
believe me,
remember the
that
name
you
of
do
that
find
GF.
you can find a GF inside of. Well, no. What about Siren?
It must
was,
be the
was
GF's
inside
fault.
Elverad, and
What should we do?
And Carbuncle was inside the Iguions, and
What
so
should we
yes.
do? Nothing.
I mean, those you can take out with spells. What do you mean, nothing? She actually looked inside the monster. That
What do you
If
want to do?
can't draw
You
magic,
want to stop
then how
using
could you
GF
do
now?
that before the monster was dead?
was true.
As long as we continue fighting, we're indebted to the powers of
Yeah,
the
that
GF.
too.
If there's a price I have to pay for that, I'll gladly
Hey
pay
guys,
it.
remember we have to use these things to fight.
Just a little.
Hey, I know. Let's all keep a diary. That way we'll always have something to remind us.
And Selphie brings up an idea that seems too obvious not to have been brought up already, yet it was not brought up already.
Maybe that's for the best. Yeah, I don't care if I forgot about my childhood. When Selphie used to pick on me at the time.
No, I mean, like, it would be obvious, except that it apparently
my
wasn't
parents in Balaam.
So Zell was adopted.
They adopted me. There's no way I'm letting go of that power.
Considering you met his family.
Actually, we never see his dad.
Hey.
Oh, we saw his mom.
That's true.
Do you all remember Matron?
Oh yes, that matron character.
He was always wearing black.
Matron. Dressed in black. She's the...
Let's see.
Very kind, long black hair.
Something familiar about her.
I really admired her.
Yes.
I see a resemblance. Matron. They look alike.
Wait,
What could it
I just
be?
pictured her face, and...
Look-alike? Nah, that's not it. Matron's name is Idea Kramer. Matron is Sorceress Idea.
Matron? Sorceress Idea?
What did you say?
M. Night Shyamalan must have been behind this.
Why is the matron...
Since he's not Japanese, I'd say the probability of that is pretty low. Why?
There could be a Japanese M.
You're wondering why Matron would take over a country or fire missiles and whatnot?
So, it seems the sorceress is their mom.
At this point, we probably wouldn't comprehend
their
it even
foster
if we
mother.
talked about it.
Which does bring up a very good question. Why is she, trying
You're
to
probably
destroy
right.
/ take over everybody?
Or even kill their children.
Hear me out.
You think she'll remember that?
CD and Garden were all Matron's
Especially
idea,
since
right?
she was the one who created the force that is now fighting against her.
Yeah.
I'm not a CD, but I share the same feeling with all of you.
Which means that none of this makes sense right now.
Maybe she hasn't yet.
CDs are supposed to fight the sorceress, right?
Unless she's doing this on purpose, in which case she's not a
This
very
is
nice
strange.
lady.
And it all makes Squall face.
That's right. Because when I was being tortured by Cypher, he wanted to know what CD was. Matron should know.
Let's just say there are some pieces we're missing that
But
we
Matron
will
is
have later
Sorceress
that
Idea.
will make things
There's
make
no
more
denying
sense.
that.
Well, at the moment, this is her plan.
What does this all mean? Squall, you listening? So, like, this is what I wanted
So
to
this
say.
is elsewhere in the orphanage, although it might not be that clear, because nowhere else have we seen these
Let's see.
Greek column designs.
Oh, yeah.
Was it only green vines?
I understand what Rinoa is
I
saying.
think those are called vines.
That's what I said, green vines.
Okay,
I
thought you said
understand,
green
but
line.
I'm still gonna fight.
That's alright.
I want to stay true to everything I've stood for.
And this speech by Irvine makes no sense to me.
I'm sure it's the same for everyone.
He's like, I had to go on this path, but I chose this path.
That's why I
but
thought
had to
it'd
go
be
on
best
this
if
path,
everyone
but I
knew we
chose
would
this
have to
path."
face Matron.
Make up your mind!
You've all heard this before. How life has infinite
maybe
possibilities.
it was just not translated that well. Or
I don't
maybe
believe
it's just
that
not
one
being
bit.
logical.
There weren't many paths for me to choose. Sometimes there would be only one.
Actually, I think this game was translated pretty well. I remember
From the
reading
limited
that
possibilities I faced, the
that
choices
this
I
was
made have
the
brought me this
first
far.
time that they tried, like the first time that any company had tried.
That's why I value the
Instead
path I
of,
chose.
making the Japanese version and then translating
I want to hold
it,
true to the
they
path
made
that had
both
to be
versions
taken.
at the same time, and the people were consulting with each other.
Oh, so they were actually
I know our opponent is Matron, whom we all love very much.
Yeah, they were. It was instead of
We might lose something
Instead
very
of
important on account of the
making the
DF.
Japanese version first, then taking the English version from
But I
that,
don't mind.
They were in.
It's not like I
consultation
drifted here on
throughout
the tides
the
of fate.
writing of dialogue.
I'm here because I chose to
and
be
everything
here.
else.
I got you.
And more importantly,
That's why you see that the English We all grew up together.
It's like, it's not only correct English, it's not only correct grammatically,
but due to various circumstances, we were all separated.
Like, the word choices.
As a kid, you couldn't really go out on your own.
That you would hear being used at that
there
time
were no other paths to
among
take.
people of that age.
All I did was just cry.
I see.
But